This is simple. I already did a video on the specific beer. It's imported from Mexico. Um, this is supposed to be familiar, the original recipe, the best recipe. I tried the bottle, pretty good. It's more malty, had a little more depth, a little more body. The point of this being is people always comparing bottles to cans. So unfortunately, no matter how dark the bottle is, they're susceptible to all light. UV light comes from fluorescent, halogen, all that stuff. And it's what it is. So if you don't know that, the whole point of my video is to get the common person, like if you're riled about beer, you just find yourself interested, to help guide you a little bit. Do more, get out there, find it, great, in between, maybe I might find somebody who is already well educated, understands that. They might feel a certain way about it. The original Coronas in the clear bottles, not a big fan of. Even the people from Mexico was like, that's the wino beer, straight up. Just that's what it is. It's always been that way. So when the Familiar came out, I didn't really know how to feel about it. And they're like, no, that's the one you're supposed to drink. That was how it was before that other crap came out. And I was like, I did not know that. So here we go. And then I have the bottle, very beautiful. But I want to see what the can is. Cans do have plastic lining majority of the time, very thin, very common now. It just seals well. It locks it in, savors the flavor. Some people aren't for plastic, and that's great. It does leach chemicals, by all means. For people that are not into that, don't worry about that. I'm not telling you to or not to worry about it. What I'm saying is the can absolutely blocks all light. Right now it's pitch black. It's been pitch black since they made it and they locked it in here. It's there. Nothing has changed. So I'm definitely giving it a chance to see what the can does on this and see there's a slight more difference. So hold on, I washed my glass. Gotta clean more. Eighth Wonder, definitely a place to check out in Houston. Creative, very creative. I like it. There we go. All right. So once again, it's slightly darker than the original Corona. Did I leave that? Okay, it is on the outside. It scared me. It's a little more yellow than normal. Not really yellow, just has more of a slightly brown tint to it. Neck and neck, if you looked at them, you wouldn't even tell the difference. But it definitely has a little more going on. The maltiness is already different. If you ever had barley or faro, there's just a certain, and it really is the creaminess. It's the actual starchiness is what creaminess is. And it offers it too. And then the little slight alcohol from the fermentation, the yeast that they are using sends that little bitter notes. Very beautiful. And it is, yeah, being in the can, it has more body, more creamy, and there's just a little hint of the hops. And it finishes with the grain itself, and it holds a little longer. So the bottle one was really nice, and it went and it kind of like just a little more, but it could be because of, when they transport it, you might not have a fridge available. So it goes from this refrigeration process, and then boom, now you're at AC, which is still beautifully controlled, but that's where it can start to fluctuate. Now, if you're going to a gas station, if you're going to any place and you see an outdoor Connex, which is a big metal shipping container, if you see any of them opening and pulling beer out from there, don't do it. I had Budweiser. I'm not a big I had it when I was younger. I'm not much now. But when you see that, and I went to actual Busch Gardens in Virginia, they give you fresh Budweiser and Bud Light. 100% different, crazy different. I recommend you go there. A little tasty, and it's not much. It's just what you're getting in your hand, you'll start noticing those. But now, people that like the bitter, they tell you, those are people that enjoy that, go for it. That when you taint it that way, to the people that want that crisp, fresh, consistent, fresh beer, they're not going to enjoy it. But if you're enjoying more flavor, then you might as well just start pushing into like pale ales, IPAs, double IPA. Just start seeing where your threshold is. Some people, the more hoppy, like you can't get enough of it, good for you. By all means, there's nothing wrong with it. So if anybody else, if you're going to do Corona, you might as well do the Familiar. Just It's beautiful. The hops balances way more with the body. The body offers a little more. There's a little more complexity, and it's pretty solid. I was not a big fan of Corona. The lime was not for the flavor. The lime was because the caps used to be made of steel, and there was rust on the rim, so that it would clean the rust and you wouldn't get sick from drinking it. That's what that's for. So you really don't have to have the lime. So people that are not drinking with the lime, you're already a step up. Next step is this one. So 2 times, bottle, can. I'm actually going to prefer the can. It just, unfortunately, is a lighter beer, lager beers. They're more sensitive, more susceptible. The yeast handle lighter temperatures, like colder. They can't handle too much heat. So it's the ultimate one as long as they keep it consistent in temperature. Even at room temperature AC 72, you're golden. So there you go. Drink and enjoy, and hopefully it's something to help you out and learn a thing or two. But do drink, enjoy, and have a good night.